Hello and thank you for calling the Auto Glass Helpline. Today we are going to cut out this 2020 Ford Escape and we are going to use our WRD Spider4. Our last Spider video didn't quite go as planned, as the windshield decided to cut out a whole lot easier than I had anticipated because, you know, bad bonding. That said, we're going to use this to cut out this Escape. So first and foremost, main difference between the Spider4 and the Bat, obviously single spool and an anchor point rather than the double spindle loading both sides of that. This one you're going to want to pay attention to your pulley system on this side and your directions. Cutting angles are super important with this one because once you get outside that cutting angle, it is not going to continue to cut, where sometimes with the Bat you can get away with a little bit more. So also when you're looking at this pulley system here, this side right here where you see this pin, this is an active pulley, so that one actually spins. I don't know if you can see that right there. And then this side is just a glide, so you definitely don't want to pull too hard against that as you're cutting. So let's get started. We're going to take our Spider and we're going to anchor it down here in this bottom passenger corner. This is the only cutout device that I use and one of the few times where I do not start from the driver's side. If you watched any of my videos going back, you will notice that most of what I start when doing anything, with the exception of shooting the body with the glue and the Spider, I start everything from the driver's side. That is part of my routine. And I promise I am still going to do a routine video, a how to build a routine video coming up here soon. I've just been a little sidetracked with life and I apologize for that. Anyways, enough about me. Back to the Spider. So we're going to pull this out a little bit. We're going to leave this guy anchored right there. We're going to walk around the other side here and we're going to grab our threading tool here. And we're going to drag out some slack. Get our line threaded through the end of this guy. Make sure we're not wrapped around the steering wheel. And we're going to push this out just alongside that retainer there. Pull that nice and tight. I'm going to slip these in place real quick, like so. Pull this line out of the way there. Put those in place. Oops. I want. Come on. I want this one behind that one. There we go. All right. And we're going to come over here, grab our line. Make sure we are up and over our dash guards. Pull that tight. And I'm going to draw out some line there. And we got a rolled pinch weld here, so we're not worried about getting hung up on that. So we're just going to go right under the retainer rather than over it. We're still going to make sure that our line is up where we want it. Come up here. Make sure our line is down below the edge of our glass. Same thing up here. We want to go under the edge of the glass rather than between the panes, like so. Back now, and then pull a little bit more, tuck that one under there, and make sure again we are underneath our edge of our glass, and pull up our little bit of slack there. So to walk around the other side here, and then unscrew that guy, pull out the slack that we had and tighten that down. Make sure our cup is nice and tight. Another thing, when you are setting this, you want to make sure that your drive is where it's easily accessible. We don't want to turn this to where we have to come in from the backside here and make sure we don't have enough room to do so. So as best you can, make sure this is easily accessible, and we're going to start cutting this guy out. Make sure you are driving the right direction. Grab our guards and make the jump. Like so. Right about there is where we're going to have to stop because of our cutting angles. Now we are pulling at 90 degrees to that guy. So pop this, and we're going to bring it up here like so. And anchor that. Now this time we have to come in from below here, which is fine because we got enough room between our dashboard and our tool. So plus we're going to pull up through that corner along the pillar and then up across this corner to right there. So back to cutting. And you can see how now we are way outside that cutting angle. So I'm going to stop there. And then once again, we're going to switch sides. We are pretty much done with those. We'll set those aside. Switch sides again here. Now, we're going to pull all the way across here, and we're going to spin this guy 90 degrees. We're going to take that off of there because that is blocking our suction cup, and we're going to anchor that guy right there. Like so. Make sure we are clear of all our lines, all of our wires, our little bits and bobs, and looks like we are. But we are going to go ahead and use this old bracket as part of our guide. We're going to go up and over it like so. We're going to try to tuck that guy right back behind there. This one feels like it's pretty tight. This one I think is epoxied on rather than urethane on, because there's not a whole lot of room to slip the line behind that. So we'll just pay close attention to that as it comes across. Again, make sure you are spinning the right direction. And yep, so we're just going to hold this up here with our thumb as we draw all the way across the top. And it's like we're pulling up from the bottom here, so I'm going to go ahead and let that keep pulling. I'm going to stop right there because we're starting to pull against the body here. So what we will do in this case is we're going to go ahead and pop that loose. We're going to bring that around underneath like so, and then we're going to re-anchor that just like this. And basically all we did was we brought this around, so now we have essentially crossed the streams here, you can see. So we're still using our pulley there, we're dragging our line up here, and we're probably hung up on our alignment pin there, so we're not going to worry too much about all of that, and we are going to continue to cut. There goes the pin, and there's the rest of our line, and that is cutting out with the WRD Spider4. To be fair, this is not the same way that the instruction manual tells you to do it. I am not an inventor, I'm an improver, and this is the easiest way that I have found to do it, or at least the most efficient way. If you've got something better, by all means, shoot me some ideas and I will try them out. I'm not opposed to that, but that is quick and easy cutout with the WRD Spider4. Drop this guy back in his box. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.